Okay, so you guys should see my web page. Is that correct?
Yes.
It says Carl
Yes.
Volpe Photography. I wanted to put this up because so I can make fun of it and criticize it. Okay, I've had this thing for years and years and years. And it turns out now that I'm at a point where, actually this is the second version of it. I'm at a point now where it's hard to find things. And even the simplest things have lots of clicks. For example, if I want to go to, you can see my cursor also, right?
Yeah.
Okay, if I want to go to Tanzania wildlife, I've got about the trip, then I've got my favorites, and then I've got landscapes, and then various animal groups, and each one of those requires a click. Okay, and for the regular Joe or Josephine who wants to get through this quickly, it's a pain in the neck. Now, I had an even more serious problem in that I had originally built my website on iWeb, and iWeb doesn't exist anymore. And I can't even edit it or modify it, but I still have it because it's got so many images on it. So I have a whole section that actually goes over to my other to the other web page. So for website. So for example, U.S. destinations. Let's say, excuse me, I wanted international. No, I want U.S. Okay, U.S. destinations. Okay, and you can see the big list of things that I have there. Okay, and let's say I want to go back over to destinations abroad. So I click on Cuba, and now it's just thrown me over to my other website, and you can see that I've got lots and lots of subpages, as well as text, which appears here, and you'll see text appears here. And as you can see, it's a pain in the neck. And who would want to take the time to go look at that? So what I did is, I'm going to go back to the home page, and I said, what if I built something simple that somebody can look at very quickly? All of these that you see here are these photo essays that I'm going to talk about today. And here's Cuba, okay? So Cuba has come up, a little bit of writing, and you can scroll through it pretty easily or back. You could also click on a picture, it gets larger. And then this is called Web Glide. And you just go through, and it's easy to see, and it ends. This is Viñales, then I did the tobacco and music and food and politics. And then it ends. So you can see all of Cuba real fast. And more, even in this case, more than what you would want to spend time on. So this is called Spark. Okay, I'm going to get out of that. And Spark is an Adobe product. It was made. Oh, you're not looking at me. You're looking at that website. Spark is an Adobe product. They produced it in 2016. It's one of their offerings. It was really made, to be honest, for non-designers of social media tools, so that it could be easy for you to build these things. I'll show you what they offer to build. And what it does is it really gives you an opportunity for ordinary people like us who don't want to spend a lot of time building things to put materials out. Interestingly enough, there's a huge following for Spark. And that huge following actually comes from school systems. These things are very, very popular. And as you'll see, we're only going to look at one small piece of this. But as you'll see, there are lots of different offerings within the Spark product. Let me take a second to talk about how it works. If you've got the Adobe monthly subscription, a monthly subscription, Spark is available to you without any limits. You can just use it. You can use it free, but you're limited in the size and the number of projects you can do. I think you can do 10 projects total. You're limited. Or you could buy a subscription to Spark, but in fact, it's $9.99, like the subscriptions that we pay for Photoshop and Lightroom. So those are the options for you. Easy enough to get into. It's www. Hold on, let me get over again. I'm going to jump over. There we go. Share. It's here we go. It's www.sparkadobe.com. And I actually have it right here. And this is what the home page looks like. You can all see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good.
Yep.
This is what the home page looks like. Yeah. Question?
No.
Okay. And you build them all through here, and then it saves them for you. So here are all the ones I've built: Vasquez Rocks, the Everglades, and we're gonna actually rebuild this one today. Sepulveda, Monument Valley. That's a black and white. Brown Pelicans, which you're gonna actually see. Smokies, the Fontanelle, Cuba, and Mongolia. Those are just the ones I've built so far. Okay, and I'm playing with them. They're fast to build. Okay, and then these are the offerings. Instagram stories, Instagram posts, Facebook posts, photo collages. Presentation is actually the website, slideshows, and then if you want to brand your images and customize the size of the materials. For this entire discussion, we're only going to look at presentation, but we're not going to get there through this button. Any questions so far?
Nope.
No.
No? Okay, so I want to show you a basic Spark a project. Okay, this is Vasquez Rocks, and it's in black and white. There's always a cover page and a title page. Okay, once you get beyond that, hold on. I want to show you this. Not I want to show you this as a photo essays Vasquez Rocks. There it is. This one is the color version. Okay, this is the actual presentation. So this is Vasquez Rocks title page. And then I like to put in some writing. And in this case, I wanted to put in one picture. Each one is a picture alone, and I can click on that picture and it opens up. So this is the single picture format. Okay? And you'll see down on the bottom, as I go through here, oh, by the way, you can put captions in. I did not. And then down at the bottom, I always end this, every one of mine ends this way with a little bit of comment, my identification, where you can find on my images, that's a button, my logo, and then I'll tell you about this and this appreciate button. So this is the straightforward one of single images, okay? Let me go up here and photo essays, Brown Pelicans, I do. Okay, so again, the opening shot. Nancy, this was from our trip.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so, and so.
I can't see the eye, man.
Oh, yes, you can, right there. Wise guy. By the way, this picture was taken more than a football field away. Okay, again, for me, I like some context for it. And now in this case, I used what's called, let me get the correct term up here because I've got it here. This is called a photo grid. Okay, so you could have more than one picture in the grid. This has a lot, as a matter of fact. And again, you can click on any individual picture and look at it. And in this case, you can even go through them. Okay, so that's the photo grid option.
Carl,
Yeah.
on the photo grid option, are you dynamically deciding which ones are going to be which size?
Yes. Yes, and I'm going to actually show you how to do that. Yeah, I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay, and then again, I always end with a link to my website and my name. So that's the other option. By the way, you can blend these options, and I'm going to talk about that. But at the moment, I'm going through the three major basic ones. And the last one I want to look at is Sepulveda, because this is actually the glide, the web glide option, which I happen to really like. And we were just looking at it a minute ago in Cuba. So there's the cover page. Again, I like some writing. And now this is web glide. That's a background page, and then images come across it. Okay, and you could actually click on that image and you can look at it. So in this case, I did egrets, then I did double-crested cormorants, and you'll notice that this has been jumping from here to here to here. You have three options on that. These are American whites that I had shot. Here's some herons, and then some Canada geese, and I think I had some ducks and passerine birds as well. Yeah, they're the passerines. And then a closing page, which I like, and then again, all that information. In this case, I not only have how you can get to my website, this button will actually take you directly to the Sepulveda Basin Wildlife Reserve images in my website. Okay, so those are the three main approaches to this. Questions or comments?
Nice.
Straightforward, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So now let's build something. Okay. So in this case, I am already signed in. You can see me up here, because like I think is anyone on the call not doesn't have an Adobe subscription? We all do, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So the best way to do it is start here with this click, and then go to web page. Okay, so this is now a completely blank field. So I actually want to build, well, I'm actually going to build this. I want to build a website on my trip to the Everglades. So now one of the things I've done is I've got all the pictures and all the writing stored in files to make my life easier, okay? So I want to add a picture, and here it says photo, and I'm going to click on it. And this area becomes very important, upload photos, okay? And it turns out that my photos are in a file called Everglades, and I know already that I put my cover picture in here. So I've uploaded it, and there it is. Okay, now I have a choice to position it with the focal point. And oops, there it is. I slide it up or down to get it the way I want it to look on the screen. Okay, and then I hit save and add the title. Okay, this gets a little tricky at times. There we go. Okay, the Everglades.
And you can move the title around.
No.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Good.
I just figured it out.
Oh my gosh, Nance, I had no idea. Look at
You
that.
see, you don't have to have it on the Pelicans eye anymore.
Oh,
I was
wow.
about to say that.
Could even have that up there. Oh, hey, I said I learned this a couple of months ago. Thanks, Nance. That's great. Okay, now, I hope you guys can see this pretty clearly down here, but now it's time to add some things. You can add an individual photo. You can add individual text. You can add an individual button, to get you somewhere else. You can add video. And in video, if you add video, the maximum is a 30-second clip. You can add a photo grid, which we'll see in a minute, or you can add the glide show. And that's what we just looked at, okay? So let me start by adding some text, okay? Because I have some text organized already. And I'm gonna click text here. And this is now ready for text. Hang on. And I'm going to copy and paste some text. and the text is in. Okay? Now, you have some options here, and I want to stop at this point. There are a number of different themes you can use. You can use light, you can use, is it giving me medium? There's medium. Oh, there's dark. There's storybook. Oh, okay, hold on a second. Let me click this. I have to give it some interesting, fancier text. Okay, that's what I'm doing now. Okay. And then, so it was storybook. Let's go back. You can do medium. You can do light. You can do storybook. You can do nightcap. Whimsy. Whatever you want. Chic. I don't know what Bruce is, but it's red. And there's even Luca. I happen to like crisp. Okay. And so this is crisp, and I'm going to stay with crisp. Okay. So that's my format for this project. Okay, now it's time for me to add pictures, right? The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add some pictures, and I'm going to come back and erase these for reasons that'll be obvious. But I'm going to add some straight images like we saw at Vasquez Rocks. Okay, let me go back, and in this case, I'm going to go to what are called background images, and I'm going to add 3 of them. Okay. And there they are, okay? Now, you can, if I click on this, you see you can move them up and down. And you can change the order, you can do what you want. Or you can, and this is called inline, what you're looking at right now. Or with this picture, you might want to decide to fill the screen. So it goes from there to these smaller ones. Or on this one, you can make it a window. This is sort of cool. You can see the window sliding over it. Or this one, we can make full width. Okay, and that's full width. So you have lots of options when you're using the individual pictures. And you have an opportunity to put in a caption as well, which moves, which is nice. Okay, and so that's the basic one photo. Questions on that?
Nope.
Yeah. Did someone have a question? No. All right, I'm going to get rid of these pictures because I want to do something else now. Okay, so those are gone. I'm going to come down here again.
So Carl, what dimensions do you typically export your pictures as for this?
I've got to open it. I use 72 DPI.
But what size?
Let me, hold on. I got to look it up.
Okay.
I'll look it up and I'll get it before the end of the session.
All right, great.
Okay? Yeah. Okay, so now the one I want to show you next is the photo grid. And this was the Pelicans that we saw earlier. Again, upload some photos. I can click here, but I'm going to upload some photos. And in this case, I'm going to get, remember, we're still looking at the Everglades. So I think I'm going to do, let's do the herons, okay? And I'm going to highlight them all and upload them. Okay, and now I have the herons in. Okay, now, Steve, this is your question. If I click on one, I can make the image larger or smaller, okay? I can make it a large image, which gives me the full page. It gives several different options. And then you can also move them. See that? So you can do the format of these as you'd like. Now, I'm going to hit save.
But the basic aspect ratio remains the same.
Yes. Now, yes, that's correct. Okay, now, interestingly enough, I just saved these images in. And remember, they look like they're in line. I'm going to edit the grid. And now we're back and I can move the images around if I'd like. So if I want to move this one over, I can. Or if I don't ultimately decide I don't like this image, I can delete it. And again, I have to save it. So that's the that is the multiple, what's the word that it's called here? I had it a second ago. Photo grid.
How do you move them up and down in the grid?
You. Oops, okay, I need to edit the grid first. Hang on. Let's say this one I want to move up. I hit the left arrow and it moved it up. And now it's moving it over. And then I can, as long as I keep hitting the left arrow, it will, oh, I'm at the top now. It'll move it up. If I hit the right arrow, it moves it down. All right. And now these two should, and you saw how these two, now it should move from here to here, right? And it did. Now, I have to admit that it's not really elegant, but for the purposes that we want, it's fine. Okay, because you want to tell a quick story. All right, any questions on the photo grid?
No.
No, okay.
So they have no drag and drop.
No, they have the drag and drop over the when you start it on the first here. Well, you'll see it in the next one. Okay, so the next one is I want to show is the glide show. Okay, now I'm ready for glide. Here's the first thing we're going to try drag and drop. I don't know if it's going to work or not. The thing about these first pictures these are the background pictures. These are the pictures that things will scroll over. Okay, so you've really got to think through your backgrounds. You really do, because you can edit them, and I'll show you how to do that. But they're important for the telling of your story. I'm going to give it a shot. I don't know whether I can drag and drop. I think in part because, hold on, I'm going to change this to exit full screen. Okay, and see if that'll help me drag and drop, okay? All right, Everglades. And I need backgrounds, okay. So there are, did it work? One more try.
No,
Nope, didn't work. Okay. All right, so then what I have to do is hit upload. And I need, again, to find the sorry, that's my desktop. I need to go to Everglades. Hold on, there it is. And here are my background images. Okay, I'm only going to bring in B1 through B6 for a second, okay? And there they are. Okay, these are my background images. What can I do with these? I can move them up and down, I can replace them, or I can delete them. Okay, but that's all I can do with these, is move them up and down, replace them, or delete them. And then I'm going to hit save for a second. Okay, so now I've got, as you can see, I've got the background, and here comes the glide. And this glide could be there, it could be here, or it could be here. And once you add the pictures, it could do, once you get the pictures, you can You can still sort them, but you can move them to the left, center, and right. Okay, so now the next thing I want to do, because these are the first one's going to be called the anhingas. I'm going to bring in some text for the anhingas. Text, Command V for print, and now I like this as a format. Okay, so I'm ready for the anhingas. Now I'm going to go to photos here, actually upload photos. There we go. Let me find the anhingas, Everglades. The anhingas are here. Here they are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Upload them. And the anhingas are in. See that? Did I get all 4 in? Sometimes it gets a little quirky. Like right now, it just got quirky. So I'm gonna just reactivate it. There we go. Here's the Everglades, and we should have 4 anhinga pictures. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And 5. Okay. Then it turns out I want to add cormorants here. So I'm going to put in a little bit of text on the cormorants. And copy. And B. Click on here. And I've got the cormorants in. And then I want to add the pictures of the cormorants. So give me photos, give me upload. And I have 3 cormorant pictures. As you can tell, I've labeled them. Let's see if we got them. Yeah, we got them. Oh, we only got 1. This system is quirky. I got to be honest with you. All right, so I'm going to go out and come back in again. All right, so now here they are. Okay. And there are the instructions. Now it turns out that I would like to put a picture of some landscape in here. So I'm going to click here, go to photo, go to upload photo, go to Everglades. Where are my landscapes? Here they are. And this is my anhinga landscape. Upload it. Okay. So there they are. Now I'm going to move this to the center because I want to show you this has a real limitation to it. See these pictures? There's not much you can do with them. You can't even move them up and down. You can only replace them or delete them. And that's a real problem. So let's say I wanted to make this cormorant picture my first cormorant picture. I'd have to re-enter it here and then delete it down here. That's one of the real shortcuts. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that's anhingas. Okay. All right, I showed you that. How are we doing for time? We're doing pretty well for time. I don't want to go through. Should I do another one? Want me to do one more that you can see?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, let me do one more. And the next one is white ibis and roseate spoonbills. Text, Command V. Again, you want to deal with a little bit of your format.
So Carl,
Yeah,
when you input multiple paragraphs at once, it gives you an insertion point.
it
between
does. It gives you an insertion point. Yes. Yes, but if here, and I'll show you this, I should be able to show you this. If I don't want the multiple paragraphs, I can do, you just saw what I did. I backspaced. But if I do a carriage return, it goes back to the original format and I have to get it again. But this format does that, and I actually like that, to be honest with you. Okay, So now, oh, this will be cool. I want to add the ibis in. Photos. Upload photo. I've got to find the ibis. Desktop. Everglades. Ibis and spoonbills. I can only put, if I put the spoonbills in here, I'm in trouble. So I can only bring the ibis in. Upload. And I should have gotten 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, I got 3 ibis in. Okay. And now I'm going to put the spoonbills in because I have a little description of them. Photo, upload, and we're right here. And now we've got the spoonbills in. Right? And then I can also add a landscape. This is a stylistic thing. Everglades, landscapes, here we go. And I have it marked as ibis, there we go. So I now have this in as well. All right. If I want to do a preview, this is what it'll look like. By the way, I'll show you, I need to take that out. I'll show you what that is. Come on, load. There we go. So now this is what it's going to look like. Here's the Everglades, some text. Here are the anhingas. Okay. And the cormorants. And then the next one are the ibis and the spoonbills. A little bit of breakup there. And now it's ready for the next image.
So I have a question, Carl.
Yeah, sure.
So, so all the photos are basically like white snapshot or white bordered snapshots.
Yes.
Do you have any control over the background of all the photos here?
No, it's white. It is white.
I'm wondering if the different themes.
Let's try it. That's the nice thing.
Yes.
That's the nice thing about the themes. Let's look at dark.
So if you look at nightcap or something, it does change the background.
No, it does not. I just tried dark.
Try nightcap. Change the background. There you go.
Wait, wait a second. Wait a second. That is nightcap. So the answer is yes.
So, and I think on the front page, I saw that you can create your own theme. So.
Oh, you can. You certainly can do that.
Exercise for the reader.
Yes. Okay, I just clicked dark again, but I don't, oh, there's dark. There we go.
And now you're gonna have to redo them all.
We do all what? No?
At previous presentations, you're uncovering new.
Oh, yeah. Well, but did you see how quickly I've been changing the themes?
Yeah.
It's that's what I like about it. Okay, so we're back in building this thing, and this is the thing, this is real important what I want to show you. I clicked out here in the backgrounds, okay? And I'm going to click edit photos, okay? Now I showed you these earlier when I pulled them in, right? These are all the backgrounds that I've got set up. We've already added two overlays in them. We haven't added the overlays to these yet. Remember earlier I said we could still move these up and down? Even with the overlays, we can move them up and down. Okay? But let's say you wanted to put a single picture in here between this overlay and between this background and this background. You want to go to a different style, or you wanted to put a video in here. You cannot do that from here. Okay? You actually have to break these up. And that's a real problem. What I can do though, is I can add I can add more images into this series simply by uploading. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to add one image in here. Everglades, and I want the background images, and I'm going to add this one in, okay?
But
Now, you notice where I put it, didn't put it at the bottom, but I ultimately want it at the bottom.
but you can do successive glides.
Yes, you can do successive glides. However, you can't combine glides and you can't move the general order. So let's say you do glide 1, a single photo or a group of photos, glide 2. You can't make glide 2, glide 1.
Right, you can't move the.
That's right.
sections.
That's right. That's why, you know, I'm only building with glides because I know that I can modify these. Oh, by the way, if I don't like this as the cover image, I can say replace it. And then I think I click, wait, it's
That's a drag.
a drag. It's one of the, no, I'm gonna upload a photo, I think. Let's see if that will replace it. And it did. I have no idea what they say. The glides should all be in landscape and not in this format. So I'm going to replace this and bring back my other one. And it was number 1. No, it's got limitations, Nance. There's no question about it. It has limitations. Absolutely. So I'm going to save this. And I'm going to go, we're still building. Okay, and let's say I want to add a picture down here. Oh, did it not? Yeah, there it is. Well, oh, I have an order problem. Hang on. Edit images. Yeah, there we go.
So it's zooming the background image automatically just to make
Yes,
it more
that's what the
dynamic?
glide does. It zooms the background image automatically. Oh, by the way, just like the cover, I can click here. I can get the focal point. Come on, give me the focal point. And I can move this up and down to make it look better. Can't slide it left and right, but I can move it up and down. And that turns out to be important because of the glide. So then, if this is the last of the glides, and as you can see, it's waiting for images. You don't have to put images here. I'll show you in a second what I mean. Okay, so then, as I said, if I want to put a video or something like that, I could put it here at the end, or I have to break up the glide and rebuild it. That's a pain in the neck, but it is what it is. Okay, I want to show you one. I want to show you a little bit more. Okay, I'm now going to the end. I'm closing it out. I'm not going to build the rest of it because I'm just going to show it to you.
So Carl.
Yeah.
So you're saying, when you said you have to break it and then reinsert it, you really just delete the previous glide and start all over again?
That's right, because you can't really break up a glide series. You have to delete it. Yes.
So I take it, if you really have a complex show you want to put together, it's probably a good idea to storyboard it or something then.
That's exactly right. And in fact, for this presentation, which is straightforward, I built this over the weekend to make sure I had it right.
Okay.
All right. So now this is the closeout. I'm going to, by the way, you can't highlight more than one area for changing the text style. You have to do it one at a time. Okay, oops, let me get this one in. I missed on this one, I think. No, I'm good. Now, I want to add a button that gets me to where I really store the Everglades, okay? So Everglades on website. All right, and then I actually have the URL here. and copy it. And I like center alignment, and I'm going to say save. And there it is. And then I like to put my own website in. So Carl Volpe. Carl Volpe. Volpe Photography. And I even spelled it right. www.carlvolpephoto.com. And I want it centered, and I want it saved, and I've got that in there too. And the last thing I want to do is I want to add my logo, and I'm going to upload it and find my logo here somewhere. Everglades logo. Click and upload. All right.
I always think you're selling paint when I see that logo.
That's funny. Okay, so let's do a preview, and I'm going to talk about a couple other things right now, right after this, but this is where we are. So we've got the title page, we've got some description, and then we move into the glides. Okay? And then I like to end with a solid picture at the end without a glide, without stuff on top of it. And you'll see at the end, remember there would be glides on all of these, and then this appears last. And then the closeout. So far, so good?
Yeah.
All right, now I need to show you some other things. The settings button, it turns out to be important. I put my logo in the header. I don't want to show the header. So I just took that out, all right? But the other part is, how do I save this? Through the share button. Okay, the first option is publish and share link, and it's giving me some options here. The first option is the title, and pick a category, because Spark will display your images if you want your Spark whatever you call these things. Okay, and now I like okay, so I did that. Why is it not letting me do this? Oh, I have to turn it on. And I'm going to put an L here. Okay, I'm going to say get me noticed. No, I'm not going to say that. And create the link. Okay, what it's now doing is it's building a URL for this project. Okay, okay, and here's the URL. You hit the copy button and it copies it. This URL will remain the same no matter what you do to edit the image or the photo. I'm calling them photo lessons. They will remain, which is nice. So you can edit it as much as you want. And once you finish editing, you always go to share, you go to publish, and in this case, it will tell you it needs to be updated. It also allows you to go on Facebook, Twitter, classrooms, email, and the like. Gives you lots of options, and you can always do. And just for the heck of it, I hit republish the link, because you need to make sure that you've got that everything is saved in. And what do those things do down at the bottom? Where is it? Oh, and I'm not in it. I have to be in it. Okay, preview. See if it'll do it in preview. Yes, it puts a created by, and then over here it'll give you an option. It tells you how many people have seen it and liked it. Of course, God forbid we don't have likes on everything. Escape, and where do you see that? See it right down here? It's this little heart. Eyes are the number of people who've seen it, and the little heart tells you if anybody's liked it. I actually got 9 likes on Sepulveda, but I may have done that myself. All right, so this is actually what oh no, I don't want there. Ignore that. Everglades, I have the Everglades in here. this is the completed Everglades project without me having moved this. So you can see it's all the stuff that you saw me put in plus more. And it just keeps going through. And then and the nice thing is you can scroll through this in about 5 minutes. And there's the ending. Oh, it's the appreciate button. All right, I've been through it all. Questions, comments? What do you think?
You said you're allowed 10 projects and those
Only
are
if it's free, only if it's free.
for the free version.
Yes.
And those are hosted by Adobe itself? And
Yes, yes,
Okay.
Mike did some research, and it does not go against your storage capacity in iCloud if you've bought iCloud.
Yeah.
Not iCloud, Adobe Cloud.
Adobe Cloud, yeah.
Yes.
So
I
how
mean,
do you find this
try
on
this?
your,
I'm sorry.
how do you find this on your subscription page?
On your subscription page for
How do you,
Adobe-
how do you get to Spark?
Well, how am I getting to Spark? You're still seeing my the screen, right?
Yeah,
Not me. Spark.adobe.com.
oh, okay.
That's it. And actually, what I'm doing, this actually is the home page for spark.adobe.com. I just put it in as a quick link because I've got everything else here. Questions, comments? What do you
And-
think?
And then you just put the link on your web page.
Yeah, and oh yeah, let's go there. Let's go there. I chose to put the links on my webpage. And now this is Squarespace. But if I click Mongolia, okay, Mongolia comes up. And this is my Mongolia Spark or photo essay. So it's pretty straightforward.
Mhm.
There are other little things you can, it's straightforward, but as is always the case, when things are very straightforward, they don't have a lot of flexibility. That's just the downside of it, you know?
Now, are you logged in somewhere?
Am I logged in? When I was editing, I think it's spark.adobe.com. Okay, so like it's right here. I have my picture up there, and this is where this sets up the account, and it automatically comes back to the account. Right?
My
Mhm.
question was, if you go, and I already checked it, I was asking, so you might show it. When you go into your Creative Cloud account, you can get to Spark in the menu that's on the left side.
Can you see that now?
Yeah,
We should be able to see Spark in here somewhere.
yeah, it should be on the side there.
Apps. Come on, where is it? Graphic design, photo apps. Oh, it may be under graphic.
Videos, it's under videos.
It's under videos, okay.
Yeah.
And here's Premiere Pro, and I've got, oh, there it is, there's Spark, right there. No, that's Spark Video.
There's Adobe Spark.
There it is.
There it is, right there.
You can launch it right there.
Yeah, you can launch it right there as well. There was something else I wanted to show you. Oh yeah, I'm going to go back into what I have been building. Okay, but I want to show you. Let's say I'm gonna I don't care. I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to add a photo. You notice you upload a photo? It will also help you find free photos. It'll allow you to go to Adobe Stock. If you've got them on the Creative Cloud, it'll pull them from Lightroom. It'll pull them from Dropbox. And it'll pull them from Google Photos or Google Drive. And Adobe, and these are free photos here. So you can pull stock too. Because it really says here, upload photo or, and then those are the options.
Yeah. So the Lightroom is weird. It only allows you to pull from Lightroom that you shared a Lightroom cloud. It's kind of weird.
Is that true? Thanks. I didn't try it because I don't use Lightroom. Yeah.
Because, and you can only do one catalog. It's a little weird. It's a
Yeah.
little.
Yeah, yeah.
So you were gonna go, like, if you could go to your
And
your Explorer, your desktop, and your Finder, whatever
yeah.
whatever operating system I'm in right now. If you could right click on something and do get info, we can see what size you've exported your.
Size 1.253. Oh,
No, here we want dimensions. 1200 by 800.
1200 by 8.
Yeah, 1200 by 800.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's just going to fill the panel landscape, whatever size you give it. It's just going to stretch it or
Right.
compress it.
Right. But you want enough pixels in there so that it doesn't look terrible.
Yeah. Actually, what I did, Nancy, is because Tom Bull has a website, and he's given some instructions on how big the picture should be. And then I made a shortcut, like you can do in Lightroom, for just to export it. And so I've been exporting it under that, so I haven't looked at it literally in months at the size. That's why I couldn't remember it. But that size works perfectly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So probably long edge 1200, and then
Yeah.
however tall it's gonna end up.
Yeah. So that, as I said, guys, it's really and Libby, I'm sorry, it's really, and Nancy, it's really straightforward.
Yeah.
I like it. You know, it's the other thing you could do, which I know people do, is let's say Nancy and I are going to Yellowstone. Okay, we get back, we could build one of these really quickly and send the link to a friend and say, hey, here it is. Here's a quick review of what we did in Yellowstone. And it's not like they got to go to your website or whatever. The URL is in the email, and you just click the URL. It's that straightforward.
Mhm.
Comments, questions?
So
No?
Carl,
Yeah.
this is Harrison. Your webpage consists of all these URL links to Spark? Or
Yes.
do you have your own photo repository?
No. The URLs on the website. Remember, they were over on the left side. Remember that? Here, I can quickly go there if I remember how to do it.
I guess what I'm getting at is that what's the difference between this way of doing it versus loading your photos onto your website, period?
Because the website is so much more complicated for me. And people can get a quick, this doesn't take a lot of time to do. Okay, and that's sort of what I like about it. It doesn't take a lot of time to do.
Well, this kind of tells a story where the website is a collection of everything. It looks like.
Exactly.
So,
Yes.
I'm looking at Tom Bull's website, and I think his home page is the Spark page.
That's correct. Remember, I told you his wife is the one who taught this. Yeah. And as I recall, she split it. She's got some glide in there and some non-glide too.
You can mix the two on the
Yes,
presentation.
absolutely. You can mix glide, video, individual, photo group, photo grid. The thing is, you've got to remember that it's very difficult to move across those different groupings. Within the grouping, you're fine. Across the groupings are difficult.
And there's no limit on the size of it, except the video. If you put a piece of video inside your Spark, that piece of video is limited to 30 seconds.
That's correct, 30 seconds.
But you could have 100 pictures if you ever wanted to do that.
That's right. Actually, the funny thing is Cuba that I showed, I've got almost 50 pictures in Cuba. Too many, if you ask me. but I got to go through it, you know. I think the shortest ones I have is Vasquez Rocks. And then I also have one on Monument Valley. Okay, you should see my webpage, right?
Yes.
Okay. Photo essays, Spark Home. Remember, this is the storage area. That's the one we just built. Tutorials. See them all down here? And there are lots of templates too. And you can view all the tutorials, and there are a lot. They really, really did a good job of making this easy for young people and old people. And you can choose which category you want to be in. And remember, if it is, okay, I'm going to bring this up again. Okay, and if I hit share here, publish and share link, there is the link. See it? And all you have to do is hit copy and paste. What I've done is I use the notes section of on my iMac, and I have a notes page with all the URLs on them. So if I'm talking to somebody and want to send them something, I do a quick copy of the URL and paste it into an email. And you can get to the, I've forgotten what that does. Oh, that gets us back. So that's it.
Mhm.
You know.
So that's great.
Carl, this is Harrison again. Can you say something about privacy, security, and archival storage? How long does this thing store? How safe?
I
is
have
it?
not, okay, privacy, none. Security, who knows? I don't know. I just don't know that. But remember, it's being stored through Adobe. Don't forget that. Okay, because you have an option to let them and other people see it. Okay, let me bring that up again.
It's public, yeah.
It's public. This is public. No, it's not there. I thought it might have been there.
Wait a minute. It's public only when you put it on the URL and publish the URL, right?
No, it's public on Adobe.
It's public on Adobe, yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the downside. But my theory is, you know, I mean, it's almost impossible to keep your website completely secure. So if people want to steal my pictures, that's okay with me. Because the reality is, all this brilliant writing that I've done, I haven't done a bit of it. I stole it from Wikipedia. Oh yeah, I'm not foolish. I mean, you think I'd here. You think I'd know about Outer Mongolia in 1990? It broke up, and there are 3.4 million people, and I mean, I stole this. I steal it routinely.
You were there, right, Carl?
Yeah, these are all my pictures. These are my
that's how you learned it, because you learned it from the guide.
Yes, I learned it from the guide.
Yeah.
And my guide's name was Wiki. His last name was Pedia.